It's 2025. We hope that you guys are enjoying your new year and that you had a great one, celebrating with the people that you love. I'm eating a waffle. Damon just listened to last week's episode for the first time ever, and we're gonna just get into it.
I went 12 with him.
I like waffles. A full disclosure, everyone ate, and I was cooking while we were eating, and then it was getting late, so I was like,
and
I'll
then
eat while
something happened.
Oh, we're gonna get to the something happening a little bit later in the
100%.
show. That's to tease them for to hold them for a little while. But hey, everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Hope everything's off to a great start for you in this year, and you're holding up all your changes in your lifestyle and all that good jazz that you want to do. I'm not a big proponent of it, but that's just me. But hey,
I gave up my New Year's resolution already. You know,
but
it didn't work one day in, so I was like, I quit. I give up.
You know
to
what,
next year.
You know what should be a New Year's resolution for everyone out there? To go like, subscribe, and to share with one person. That's the task I'm putting you with this year. All right. So if you're not for some reason subscribing on YouTube, your task in 2025, subscribe on YouTube. If you're not following us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram. And then once you do both those things, the third and final task is to go share that with someone else, so then they subscribe, they follow, and they're in the know.
Or you just, share our YouTube link on your Facebook.
Boom.
Or your
call you
Instagram
out.
story.
Bang.
We will shout
And then
you out.
anybody can just click it. Instead of you having to
That's right.
individually send it to one person, just share to Facebook.
Right.
Done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
What he
that's a good
said.
challenge.
Yeah.
And she said.
final part of all
And
of
she
that
said.
is to go to our GoFundMe page if you feel called to give, and check it out. Links in the bio. That is all with that.
Boom. Now, with that being said, apparently I have no style. Because I was just watching last week's episode,
I can't believe you're an outfit repeater.
and I realized that I am wearing the exact same thing I wore last episode.
Dude, no shame.
So I apologize.
Yeah.
No shame.
Okay.
I apologize.
I
is
literally
great.
told Grant, I said, don't wear this sweatshirt, don't wear this sweatshirt, don't wear this sweatshirt, because you always wear the same 3 sweatshirts.
It was bound to happen eventually, so it just happened now.
We're getting ready to leave.
I got him a new sweatshirt. So
She-
that's
Say it looks
yes, I
nice.
love
so be on the lookout. He's probably going to wear it every week now.
Not the orange one.
Is it this
The orange
episode?
one's
Is it this
rough.
one?
Yeah, it's this one.
I like it. Good job, Vanessa. You did well.
Thanks. I feel like I'm going to get another one of the same color. Maybe for me, but it
Nice.
could be for him too.
I mean, or you could just steal his hoodie.
No.
I mean, that's what.
Yeah, I like mine oversized though.
Okay.
And unfortunately,
Fine. Whatever.
I need. Yeah.
You're the
Whatever.
same size.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we were getting ready to leave, and like I had to get changed and everything. So she's like, "All right, go get changed." And I was like, I go into the room and I was like, "What am I wearing?" And she's like, just, I don't know where I'm going with this. She didn't say anything out. I'm like, "You didn't say anything out. What am I wearing?" She's like, "Just put something on." I was like, "Okay." And then so I'm picking it out, and then she comes running in, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm making sure you don't wear the same thing again." And I'm like,
I feel like, is that just a guy thing or is it just a Grant thing? I mean, apparently it's a guy thing because Damon did it, but
It's my first time doing that, I believe.
yeah, I don't remember.
Well, see, when we started dating, and even months into it, I had what I called my church rotation.
Okay.
So I had these from probably.
We're trying to record a podcast here. Jeez Louise.
Sorry about it.
Unbelievable. The
Unprofessional.
disrespect.
Oh my gosh. Listen,
Gotta do throwing something.
somebody's got to throw something. It's new year, new us.
Would you calm down? You don't need to
Okay,
throw
sorry.
stuff.
Church rotation. Get back to it.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, I used to wear like a rotation of clothes, and I called my church clothes rotation or something like that. And so, I mean, I had these since like middle school. My mom bought me those
Literally
clothes.
middle school.
It was
Did they
either
lay in a pile for the rest of the week and then you just
Yes. That's what he does.
No, you said church clothes rotation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you probably had 4 sets, one for each week of the month, and that was good, right?
No.
technically 3 sets.
Oh, okay. Even better.
So it was either a tan pair of cargo shorts, and then a gray pair of cargo shorts, and then I had this like blue T-shirt or red T-shirt, and I would wear it with either or pairs of shorts.
Nice.
can't wear the blue and gray?
I don't think I'd ever
Trust
do blue and
me,
gray.
he did.
There was
Can't do blue on
sometimes
gray.
I'd wear like this light blue. I had like a dark blue, and then I had like a light blue, almost like a turquoise color. I'd wear with the gray shorts.
You can do like navy on gray.
That's true. I mean, then again, I'm wearing blue and gray right now.
You are.
Unbelievable.
Oh, the hat. Yeah.
Roasted.
Gray.
Okay, statement retracted.
Chocolate for me.
And then in the wintertime, I'd wear blue jeans, and then it would just be like one long sleeve shirt that was like blue and like a whitish, or like it was like maybe 2 or 3 different long sleeve shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And so then Dennis was like, "What are you wearing to church?" And I'll go, "Church outfit number 1, church outfit number 2,
That's funny.
number 3."
That's funny.
Yeah.
It was simple and it was easy. And
It was rough.
then I get married, and it's you can't
Wow.
do that anymore. And I'm like,
Yep.
why not? Everybody still wears cargo shorts.
No, because then you told
Just
this to
because
somebody.
everyone jumps off a bridge.
No, because he told this to somebody at church. And then the guy
Jeez.
that he told it to was like, "Yeah, no one wears cargo shorts anymore."
You know who
"Thank
you are,
you
dude.
for
But
saying
hey,
that.
Our audience member agrees with me.
Oh my gosh.
Cargo
Well,
shorts are still a thing.
No, it's so like early, like it's like a 2010 thing.
So
Is it 2010?
sometimes I like to live in that
That's
reality.
15 years
Oh,
ago.
okay.
So what?
2010 was
Okay, then I want to see you guys both showing up in cargo shorts.
Not gonna happen.
I thought so.
I
Thank
should have been
you.
buying my house with my lunch money is what I should have been doing.
Yeah.
should have been investing instead
Should
of
have been
wasting
investing.
time.
Yeah.
Probably a millionaire by now.
Yep. I should have just bought Amazon stock. Dang, blasted.
Ah.
Amazon, Apple, Tesla.
Pfizer stock.
Wow, let's not go there. You know what was you know what's pretty close to Pfizer? Fires. That was terrible.
Ryan
That was terrible.
started a fire. No,
Sorry.
actually, what happened
Grant
was
is a fire alarm guy.
yes, I am.
And you had
Well-
to take care of a fire alarm not too long ago.
Well, see what happened was.
I would have been fine by myself.
Oh, I'm sure you would have. You're lucky all these men were here.
Can you attest to that? Would she have been fine by herself?
Yeah, studio audience
I
member
would have been
says
fine by
no.
myself.
Says no. Studio audience member
He's
says no.
yeah.
Whatever.
So,
You gotta
anyways,
tell the story.
I am okay.
Tell the
So,
story.
oh,
tell
sorry. Cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. All right, I am. Yeah. So, anyways,
Tell
we're
us.
wait, what? You want to tell?
Whatever.
So we're sitting there. Sydney's making waffles, and
I'm making waffles.
And in the
Like a
morning,
waffle.
Oh,
I'm
she's
making
attempting
waffles.
to make waffles.
Shut up.
No, she was making
I was
pancakes.
attempting to make pancakes.
oh yeah, she was making a pancake. Anyways, we're sitting there.
Guys with waffle brains don't even know what she was making.
Well, see, guys,
just see, like,
you know,
white fluffy
waffle
parts
brains
of
wouldn't have
food.
made that mistake because we would have been focusing on
Okay.
task.
Okay. I
Anyways,
feel like she was on task. I don't really know how it happened.
No, that spaghetti brain just all over the place. Is what that was. So
Okay.
sitting there, and the doorbell rings, and Damon shows up, and
then all of a sudden,
Rasheed answers the door, and then all of a sudden the alarms start going off, and turns out Damon is just such a smoke show. He set off the fire alarms,
I agree.
and they
That's-
wouldn't shut up, so
It
I
ha-
had to pull one down and unplug it.
It happens sometimes. It happens
It did
sometimes.
happen.
It was very, very
Yeah.
smoky, and we didn't even realize it until the alarm went off. And I thought it was like an intruder, like Damon was an intruder or something.
Actually, what happened was Sydney just forgot about a pancake in the saucepan, and
I think what it was I used too much oil because like I put like you grease the pan right so it doesn't stick, and that pan that I used is like so finicky, and it just was like smoking a lot, and then it sat there for probably a little longer than it should have,
Obviously.
and it was frying itself,
yeah.
and then I think the only reason it burnt is because I put it outside still in the pan. It wasn't like that burnt whenever the
Oh.
alarm was going off.
That would make sense.
So, yeah, set the pan on the back porch with the dog.
did you grab the pan and bring it in then, or is it still sitting
Oh,
up there?
I put it on the stove then.
Okay.
And then when you try to get the pancake off, the pancake
that's
was
right,
like
yeah.
stuck
Crisp
to
and-
the...
It was
What
yeah.
was the pan made out of?
I don't know. It's just like a stainless steel one.
Stainless steel.
Yeah,
Because I'm just now learning that
you shouldn't use Teflon.
shouldn't use
Non-stick?
Non-stick.
Yeah,
And I
terrible
didn't
for
even
you.
know that until after I asked for it for the wedding. That's all we have now.
Sell them. Just
Cast
sell
iron
them.
is like the way to go, isn't
Only
it?
thing. Yeah, stainless steel or cast iron are
Cast
fine.
iron's so expensive.
Because
Yep.
where
No.
did I send that video to you?
Yep.
I saw it on Instagram,
Somebody sent it to me.
and they broke down
So it's
like
probably
non-stick and like the chemical they used.
Awful.
Like the people that like worked around it, they basically it basically killed the workers or something. Like I forget where I saw it.
I believe it.
I,
Well, that's
I
what
might
we
have
have,
sent it
Grant.
to you.
So.
Everything's
Yeah, I
like
know.
a
Oh, wow.
carcinogen anymore.
I'm kind of like,
I'm going hippie.
It's okay. Yeah, no, you're not. You would never make the hippie lifestyle.
I do some things, but you're right. I,
mean,
could never do a
that-
full.
That's
Those
me judging, but that's
look-
beside the point.
Yes, we know
Because
you're a
I would
judgmental
never,
person.
I would never do that lifestyle. Period. It's not
So
good
what
for
can you
you.
use?
Okay, not-
Cast iron and stainless steel. Are those,
Yep.
those are the good ones.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't use then okay, but then my thing where I struggle is like cutting boards because I'm like, what are you supposed to use for a
yeah.
cutting board? Because they say don't use wood because if you use wood, then it gets in. Don't use coated wood because
what do
then
you
it
mean
has
it
micro.
doesn't? Wood gets in. What do you mean?
I'm sorry, like when you cut on wood, you're making small cuts and then bacteria gets in, and then you can't clean it
You can't
ever.
clean it out.
And then if you use coated wood where you can't cut through it, then the coating gets into your food and that's microplastics. You're not
Yep.
supposed to use UHMW boards, plastic boards, because those are microplastics and that gets into your food.
What the heck are you supposed to use?
Don't
Nothing?
use glass because that's really bad for your knives and they can break really easily. You can get shards in your food. So this lady said there's a specific kind of wood where it's like the way it's made, it's like so like tightly like fitted or some strong wood or whatever it is. Like that's what you're supposed to use. But they're really expensive. So I'm like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dang
Like
it, what the
everything
heck?
is so expensive. Like the healthy way or like the really, really like
yeah.
Yeah.
good for your body way, which sucks, but that's what this world is, I guess.
Anyways. Yeah.
But
I was looking at getting beef tallow today, but I was like, I'd rather.
Beef tallow.
I feel like I could make
Amazing.
it much easier. You ever make it?
what's it made out
Never.
of?
What is it?
It's just animal fat.
I made bone broth before
That's
numerous
good for you?
times.
It's amazing for your skin, and
Wow.
like you can
So
cook
some-
with it. You can.
Some
put it on
people
your
have a whole
skin.
skincare line based off beef tallow.
Yeah,
You should really deep fry your stuff in beef
Interesting.
tallow. It's a lot healthier than the oils and all that stuff. But yeah, it's
Yeah, 'cause
Yours
like,
is-
what-
Why is this stuff just now coming out?
it used to be the norm, but they
Well-
wanted to make it things cheaper and more accessible,
yeah.
like fast food. You know, it's
Yep.
cheap and it's tasty because of what they put in it,
Mhm.
but it's really really bad for you and it's just killing us. And they
Like-
didn't tell us that.
Olive oil isn't good, right? Or is that fine to use?
Olive oil is actually really good for you. You're supposed to have like so much of it like per day, just straight. If you cook it,
Yeah.
if you boil it, like boil stuff in it, it breaks down the acids in it and like it's not good for you anymore.
Yeah.
That's why whenever you fry stuff, you fry with avocado
Boom.
or coconut oil.
Boom.
Never knew that. So I'm doing my chicken in an unhealthy way.
I always make my
Happens.
chicken in coconut oil. It tastes really good. You can't really tell. It just makes it a little
No.
sweeter.
I mean,
no,
I do.
the oil never makes a difference for me because I always season it with
No.
like salt and pepper and other stuff.
I mean, you can tell with coconut. There's like it's a little bit different.
But coconut oil is much more expensive.
Not,
I
not
do-
necessarily. I got like that whole
Really?
vat of it. I got from BJ's, and it wasn't like that.
Because I was
bad.
at the grocery store because I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy coconut oil, and then I compare the prices, and I was like, oh,
Go
I
to
do, I do.
BJ's.
I do everything in avocado.
Avocado's
So-
pretty good too. I mean,
Okay.
olive oil is expensive.
Right.
You know, like whatever you're gonna
Anyway.
get. Don't use canola or vegetable oil. That's not real
Yeah. It's
oil.
Not, yeah.
What is a canola?
How about
It's a
raw milk?
cannoli.
Cannoli oil.
Canola. You guys
So-
drink raw milk too?
I mean, some.
I hate milk.
oh my god.
I think you should have raw milk, but I don't. I will not drink it. I don't like
Why?
milk.
I mean,
I just
You just don't like milk in general?
I don't.
She's
No,
never
I'm not a
liked
dairy
it.
person.
so that's so.
See-
so
see,
that's
like,
the whole thing.
That's
Go
actually
ahead.
good.
Except
I've
I love
never-
cheese.
I never
bad
could
at
like
cheese.
drink
Chocolate.
like regular white whole milk from like Walmart or like that kind of whole milk.
I would.
Oh, yeah.
Not- well, I mean, just in general, anyways. Like, I just never could. But then, like, once we started dating, she's like, "We have raw milk," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So tried. I could literally drink a whole jug of that straight, no chocolate syrup in
Yeah.
it, nothing. I mean, I could just guzzle it down and then throw it up because I drank too much, and then drink it again.
Yeah, I don't have a. I don't have a pro or con whether you drink milk or not. I do the dairy free stuff personally. That's a personal thing because
Yeah.
I find it weird that we're the only mammal that drinks other mammals' milk.
You know, I was at the store the other day with somebody,
Yeah.
and he said, "You know, I have never seen anybody milk a hemp." And we look on the shelf, and it just says hemp milk.
Yeah, I don't
was
think
like,
that's
"Look
don't think
at
that's
that.
real milk.
That's really interesting.
But like, if you think about it, we're the only mammal that drinks other mammals' milk. So I find that like what makes us so special compared to everything else. So that concerns me. I just wonder if we're actually meant to drink it. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong here.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah, and I could be, and I'm okay being wrong. I just find it interesting that we're the only mammal that drinks other mammals' milk.
Because we're humans and we're not animals.
But
We
when
are.
you're an infant, you drink your own milk.
You don't drink your own milk.
But you drink of the same species, your mother's milk,
Yeah.
right? But then when you
Yeah.
grow up, you
Why don't
drink
we,
other mammals'
Why don't we
milk.
drink from human milk? Is that
Like
what you're
farther?
saying? When we get older?
No, I'm just.
You're not really supposed to, but it does have like healing properties, and like it like helps with your immune system
Yeah, but
if you drink like breast milk, like human breast milk.
I
Yeah.
thought would like get sick from it because babies need more things than.
I mean, yes, you're not supposed to chug it, but like if you have some of it, it can help with like your immune systems. I've
So
seen.
this conversation's got off the rails.
We can keep going if you guys
But
are okay with this.
it like tastes sweet, like not like milk.
It's apparently really sweet.
So I think
Yeah.
moral of the story is seed
I've never
oils.
tasted it, but-
Seed oils are bad for you. And if Damon walks in the room, the fire alarm may go off.
Because he's a smoke show.
Shoddy fire burning. No.
Oh man.
this episode is off the rails.
I think it's a great start.
All right. So do you want to do a hot take on like
Oh geez, what are we doing here now?
like New Year's resolutions?
I
I feel
kinda,
like you had some things to say.
No,
that
I'm
were-
just not a big fan of them personally. That's all.
Why not?
That's one man's opinion. I'm more fans of goals. Set goals to yourself. Don't set resolutions because I think goals, right, without a plan that people perish. That's that's Proverbs and
Yes, I love that verb.
so if you have a goal in mind, then set a goal for yourself. If your goal is to I don't think you should be like my New Year's resolution is to, be healthier this year and eat better, drink more water. No, set your goal as I'm going to go to the gym or I'm going to do something, a physical activity 3 times a week, right? I'm going to drink half my body weight in water, ounces, just not pounds. let's clarify that.
That's a lot. That's a lot of damage.
That's the goal. It's not that I'm going to drink more water. It's I'm going to drink X amount of water more. So I think make goals. Don't just do these broad things of, I'm going to be, financially better this year. Okay, no, I'm going to save and have in the bank X amount of cash by the end of the year or something
Yeah,
like
don't
that.
make it broad. Make it a
Or
very
I'm going
specific.
to invest X amount in investments or something along those lines. Don't just be so broad with it. Be direct. Like have somewhere that go, this is the goal I'm going to accomplish. That's really it. That's why I'm not more on the resolution side. I'm more the set a goal. So
Cool. Sorry, I was.
You were zoned out?
Spaghettiing.
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, me too.
SpaghettiOs.
I was reading something.
I'd like to read a book this year. I haven't read a book. So I couldn't tell you when.
Wow, you haven't read a book,
I couldn't tell you how long.
really?
I have a lot of like half-started books.
You haven't
Yeah, same.
read John or Matthew or Mark or Luke or any of those books.
I've read.
Well,
the
I've
Bible,
never
though.
read those books full.
Really? Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I've read bits and pieces,
Okay.
but like I couldn't also tell you the last time I read like a novel book as well.
I mean, it's what it is. You learn. You do learn.
Yeah.
When you read, so I try to read.
It's better than sitting on my phone.
I try to read 4 or 5 books a year. You learn a
Books
word.
of the Bible or just random books.
No, random books
Yes.
aside from the
Yeah.
books of the
Biblical.
Bible.
So we're starting a new series in our small group this coming January, in a few days here. And whenever I ordered my book,
I
it
still need
was
to do
like,
that.
yeah. So yeah, you should. It came with like a free gift, and so I was like, okay, like what are the free gift options? And the one was like this read through the Bible in a year thing, and I was like, I never do those. You always like mean to start it, and then I
You should.
Yeah, you should. And I want to, but I feel like I always like slip up and just, you give up, right? You don't get back into it. Or you like get so far behind that you're like, I'm just going to read a random book and I'm just going to do what I want.
If you're like me, if you get through Judges, you're good.
Yeah, Judges
But-
is difficult.
But I do find it easier for people to read it chronologically
Yes.
than front to back.
I
So
yeah.
So, for example, and I think some people know this, and I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I should prepared. Genesis 1 through 12, 1 through.
Do you want me to do a little fact checking?
Fact check me on this. I think Genesis 1 through 12 would be the start of the Bible, right? Chronologically.
Yes.
And then you would go read all of Job.
Yes.
Because chronologically, Job is next, and then you would pick Genesis back up 13 through wherever. I think a lot of people find that more appealing because now they're like, oh, wow, I'm reading this as history's going on.
And it probably clicks a lot easier.
Now,
for some.
where it gets confusing is when you get to the Gospels and you got one chapter in Mark, one chapter in Luke, one chapter in John, one chapter in Matthew that you're all trying to read at the same time because that's all happening at the same time. That gets a little confusing for people, but I find that to get you through the Old Testament and into the New Testament, doing the Old Testament in order actually helps. So you'll do some Chronicles and some Psalms together. You'll do some, things along those lines. But
You're right, by the way. It's 1 to 11, and then 12 picks
yeah,
up after that.
11.
So,
I
same
feel
thing.
like a lot of when it says like read the Bible in a year, it gives you like too much to read in like one day. And then I'm like, I'm not even remembering what I'm reading because you're giving me way too much to read in one day.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I feel like there's so much to like reading so they said it. Sorry, they said I've heard one like before that you should, if you sit down to read, you should read a big chunk so that you can like get as much context as possible. But I like reading just like a short passage and just dissecting every single part of it.
Yeah.
And like getting as much out of like 3 verses that I can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I've also heard both, and that's really like contradicting to me. I feel like, 'cause I
Right.
was like, does it just matter from like person to person? Like, does it depend like who you are, like what works for you?
But it's like it's one word. It's one Bible. Like it's not like, oh, I got this out of it. Oh, I got this. Like God's not going to tell you. He's not going to give you like a sentence and then tell everyone it means something different. His word means what it says.
Yep.
So it's like yeah, I've had the same thoughts of like, is it different? But also like, how is it different? Because it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. So
but like people like interpret it in different ways.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm saying. Like,
Everyone
like when like in small group, when we were talking about a passage, like someone says something about the verse that I've never thought of before, but it's still like relevant.
Still applied.
I think that's what I was like.
Yeah.
getting
I get
at.
that. I get that.
yeah, it's tough. I mean, so 2 things I do. So for example, because I'm going to do it chronologically this year. So on January 1st, it's Genesis chapter 1 through chapter 3. It's
Yeah, it's a big
range.
chunk.
What I do is I start my day with the word. I end my day with the word. So I cut that in half. So I might read Genesis 1 in the morning, and then Genesis 2 and 3 at night as I'm in like getting ready for bed. Like so, I break that up. I think the other thing, and people got to give themselves some grace, is do you remember what you ate a year ago?
Nope.
No.
Do you remember? I don't remember what I read in the Bible a year ago,
Right.
but that food nourished your body. Me reading a year ago, whatever I read, nourished my faithful soul. Right? So
That's a word.
That is good.
That's how, like, give yourself some grace. Like, just being in the word alone is going to give you the nourishment that you need for that day. Whether you read something that you have no understanding about or not, that's going to help. So
I like
that's
that.
that's
Did
what
you hear that
that's what I tell
somewhere? Or
people.
did you just think of that?
Well,
That's really good.
I kind of heard it to a degree, and then I kind of made it my own too.
Yeah.
So I kind of added the first part of like, do you remember what you ate?
Yeah.
I heard somebody once say about like the word of God, you reading it is your food for the day so I've kind of played it off that and turned it into a little own thing, but
Makes
yeah.
sense.
So
Yeah, because a lot of people get upset and hard on themselves. They're like, oh, I haven't read the Bible in 3 days. I give up. And it's like, okay, if you didn't eat lunch 2 days in a row, you didn't stop eating lunch forever.
exactly.
I saw the thing that was like, oh, I forgot today. I'll start next week. And it's like, if you drop 1 egg on the floor, you're gonna throw the rest of the dozen down and like
Exactly.
walk away.
Some
Like,
people will.
a 2-year-old maybe who can't control the emotions. No, but yeah, like just do it.
And I would tell people, if you're going to say wait till tomorrow, wait till next week, I would say, hey, look, like Jesus isn't waiting for you. He wants you right now. Like he wants you where you're at right now.
A word.
And he loves you for it. So as much as I want to give people grace, hold yourself to accountable. Remember that Jesus died for you, and he died for all of your sins. And if that's not enough to want to make you read the Bible when you don't, I don't know what will. So
So I do a question with you said about reading the Gospels and like you get to the Gospels in chronological. Like how would that work? Because aren't they all the same story, just a different author? Correct.
not everything.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Not everything,
They
right?
vary.
They vary.
Or is there a little bit
There's some
of variation?
variance. So, for example, right, I just because it's famously where Jesus turned water into wine, I believe that's only in John chapter 2.
Okay, so I have the breakdown of the days. So the first day of reading the New Testament, you read Luke 1, like all of Luke 1, and then you read John 1, 1 to 14. And then the next day you
Makes
read Matthew
sense.
1, and you read Luke 2, 1 to 38.
So you just read like multiple in a
And then
day.
you read Matthew 2, and then Luke 2, 39 to 52. Like, so you're getting through, like, and then you go Matthew 3, Mark 1, and Luke 3. Like, that's at the same time. So it's...
And we haven't touched John yet, have we? Because John's a little
John
bit later.
was the first day. You read John 1, 1 to 14.
Oh, so
and
in the
then-
beginning, okay, so that's the in the beginning part. That's talking
Yeah.
about the birth, and that's why Luke is all with it. Because think about, we were just in Christmas, right? We're talking about
Yes.
the birth.
Yeah.
How often is Luke referenced?
Yeah.
Because Luke is the only one that actually records the entire.
Exactly.
Now, Matthew does a little bit, right? Matthew, I think, talks about
Then they
the
break down the whole.
genealogy.
Yeah, I broke
and
down the whole
everything like that,
genealogy.
But
Matthew even has, like, the wise men. I don't know if any other... Does any other book have the wise men in it?
I don't. Man, now your question. I don't think so.
I don't
think. But
think
here's
they
so
do.
so now we can get into the whole discussion as to when did the wise men actually show up?
2
and-
years after, and there wasn't just three
Was
of
it
them.
was it 2 years?
It was a caravan.
I would argue it was only a year
Okay.
because King Herod says for all the 2-year-olds then, so it's by the time that they saw the star and they got there. So if it took them a year to get there and the star was in there, it's
Okay, so
let's not get into that tonight.
we have Matthew open right here. They arrived, didn't have a timeline. When Jesus was born in Judea,
That's interesting.
King Herod.
Yeah, that's
Where is the newborn king of the Jews? We saw the star. We're here for the star. and
which
the
means
king.
that he has been born already, as
Yes.
they're talking to King Herod the first time. It's interesting. This comes the whole theology of
This is really
whether the wise men should actually be part of the nativity scene or not, which is a
you
it's
put them up.
it's a
couple months
wild
after.
it's a wild take in my opinion, but like whatever. Let's not get into
All
that.
right, yeah. Okay, changing gears completely. Do you want to talk about the all-nighter? At all?
Which part?
Any of it? It was just all a good time.
I want to hear about the night part.
Oh my gosh. When we hit
What do you mean the night part?
hit the button.
It was a
And
joke.
then,
All nighter. I want to hear about the night.
It's so funny.
Did not get that. Sorry.
Vanessa, I missed that too.
I feel like
Did anybody get that?
we.
Did anybody get that?
No, Grant. No one got
Where's
it.
the
He's zoned out.
He's waffled in.
Anyway, go ahead, Vanessa.
I don't even know what happened.
I don't even know what I was gonna say.
We're talking
I
to
feel
the
like
invisible ghost over
the
there.
part that we can talk about.
Wait, what?
is
What kind of all nighter was this?
is when
Wow.
we rode the go-karts, the inside go-karts.
Oh yeah. I got T-boned. I got a really nice bruise on my leg.
Dude, I want to
Is it
go
really-
go karting
Yes.
so bad. You ever hear of the Autobahn up in Harrisburg?
Yeah,
They're like electric go karts indoors.
I hear they fly, but
Yeah, they can go like 50 miles an hour.
I hear,
No.
I hear
Heck
that
yeah.
I hear the course isn't as big as what you think, though.
I've never been
No.
there.
I've never been there, but that's what I hear.
No.
I mean,
no.
we had a great time.
What's There's like we should get the guys together for a trip to NASCAR World. I think is what it's called. It's like 14, 15 different go kart races, like
Nice.
all in one area. And it's
Wait, why can't we
it's,
go?
It's NASCAR. Like, you can, sure, why not?
Let's
I mean,
do it.
Yeah, why can't women go?
Let's do it.
No, I'm
Wow.
not gonna say that.
Go say it. Say it.
No,
What
I'm
you're
not
gonna
gonna say it.
say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
Say
you
it.
afraid we'll beat you?
Can you mute my mic, please?
Hold on.
Can
I
you
will.
mute
Can you mute my mic, please? Am I muted? I can still hear myself. I can still hear myself. I can still hear myself
Yeah, but like
We can hear you,
The people
but
can't hear
nobody
you.
can hear you.
They can't
yeah.
because women can't drive.
Okay, so
And now he's
So
back.
Damon said that.
They can
So
probably read my lips.
actually,
Probably.
the guys were the one who were like, "Oh, I'm so good. I can drive a go. What are they called? Go karts."
Golf cart?
We should just
What
race
is it?
golf carts. Yeah.
Go
No,
karts.
sorry. Go on. Go
I'm
karts.
sorry.
And then
but-
they were the ones who like smashed into the wall, and then a guy had to come out and
Oh.
like move him around. Like that was guys who were doing that. The girls who were just passing them.
Dude,
What?
Kayla couldn't turn the turns.
Oh my god.
So she had to like do a donut every time she went around the circle. And she
Ew,
did
that was
do that.
really funny.
See, I would probably be the
Because
one.
the thing was so slick. Okay, so actually when we got there, we
Was
were
it
the
a slip
first.
track where you
we
could
were the
drift?
first. We were the first people to like do the track. So it was like freshly, like slick, freshly, like we got extra time because there's no one in
Nice.
line.
Oh, yeah.
Then. So it was like really, really like fast. Meanwhile, it was like freezing cold. So I couldn't feel my hands. I couldn't feel my face, but still kept
You
going.
couldn't feel a thing. Yeah, no, it was so
couldn't.
cold.
Even though it was inside, like they had all the garage doors
yeah.
up because of the fumes, like were bad, especially if they wouldn't have had them up. But that's why it was really, really cold. And then me and Sydney like rode him like throughout the night. We were there for like 4 hours.
We went like what, 4 times
10 to
maybe?
2. 4, yeah, 4.
4-ish times.
4.
The last time was the best one because we had both had our Celsiuses in our
Yeah.
system. I didn't feel a thing. I was going so fast.
And our group was like the last group to
Nice.
like go. So we were like the first group and the last
We were
group.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was so cool.
Are you gonna
But
put that
I've
picture?
never rode them before. And I've been to this place like so many times.
They're
so
fun,
it was
aren't
really,
they?
really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun.
The outside ones are okay, but those are just on concrete. So you're just like,
Yeah.
you can't like drift or anything.
I mean, this one you just go round and round and round, which kind of gets like boring, but at the same time, I was like trying to like
you want to get better.
go-
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like go to the turn like at this right time because the first time I was really going wide, and the second time I was like really like going.
Side note, I think I did not mute Damon's mic when he made his joke because I was like looking and then I
It's
was like,
I agree.
You had them both black.
It's okay. I agree.
I
Women
can't
can't
believe
drive.
You had
That's
them
not
both
what
black.
I said. That's not what I said. Jeez
You had them
Louise.
both black.
what do you mean?
Like you had black and black. None of them was red when he was
Well,
talking.
Was it this one?
If you
No.
did in fact,
Okay, that's not.
He muted someone else.
I muted myself, I think, because I went green to green, but you're not in the green one.
fine.
The green one's over in channel 1.
You'll just have to do it some other way.
all the ladies out there, if you thought Damon was eligible, just back off and don't even try. He's not gonna like you anyways. He's probably gonna think you're 2. He's gonna say you can't drive. And then he's gonna say, I'm into 21-year-olds anyways.
No, what? No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Oh, what did happen? Why's your face
Somebody's
red?
trying to matchmake me with a 21-year-old is what actually it turned out to be
And what
happening.
did you say?
I didn't know she was 21, for the record.
And then whenever you did know,
I learned that tonight. I was like, oh, wow, that's touchdown. So if you get the math there,
I
it's
mean,
funny.
she's over 18, so like, where if you really
Oh,
think
exactly.
about it, when you're like 80, she's only going to be like what, 72?
I bet she'll have to drive you around.
No, it won't be that big of a difference. It'll be like when you're 78, she'll be like 72.
Did I say women can't drive? I think I meant women shouldn't drive because their men should be driving for them and chauffeuring them around. Is that
Facts.
I agree.
Facts.
anyway?
And then the men get too
Anyways, before
ragey, and then the woman wants to drive again.
before I strike out on all of this,
I was gonna say I had a moment of road rage the other day.
You
it was
never get road
very,
rage.
very bad.
Was it where you live?
No.
Oh.
Well, it was on the highway. I was going home.
Oh.
I was going to my parents, and it was. I gotta check what time that was. It was like.
And you were
8.
driving?
No, it wasn't 8
Oh.
at night.
Do you have a high
I was
heart
driving. Okay. I'm sorry.
Do you have a high heart rate? Is that why you're checking the time?
focus.
No.
Oh,
Focus.
Sorry, I'm spaghettiing. It was a dark night.
whoa.
It was
Was it
about
stormy?
Are you
It's
okay?
a dark and stormy night. It was about 5:30, 5:45. I was where was I? I was like past Norland, but not quite to Scotland. I was like right around where those turns are. Oh, I went around the first turn,
Uh-huh.
you know, and then you get to the second one.
Yep.
And so I go around the first one, and this truck is like right in front of me, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna pass him because he's going kind of slow. So I move over to the left lane, but I didn't like throw it in high gear and try to like hightail it past him because I'm like, I'm going fast enough. I'm going to pass him. So I was like still going like 68, you know, a reasonable speed. He moves over in front of me, and I was like, okay, maybe there's a truck up ahead he wants to get over. I'll give him a few minutes or a few
miles.
seconds,
Yeah, yeah.
to like stay over in the left lane.
Oh, no.
So I'm following this truck in the left lane, and we go around that turn, and we go around the next turn, and we go under the bridge there at Scotland.
Wow. So you gave him some time. Okay.
And then these 2 cars came up behind me, and they passed us on the right. And I'm like, what the crap is going on? So I move over far enough that I can high beam him in his mirror. And I'm like, hey, buddy. Hey, I'm back here. Move over. So then I scoot back over, and I'm like waiting. And
Or
he
just
slows
pass him on
down.
the right.
And he slows down. He slows down to 50 in the left lane, and there is no cars around us. No one behind me.
Wow.
No one's in front of him because I moved over to the right lane, and I was like,
Wow.
well, maybe I need to flash him in his other mirror and give him the what for. So I move over to the right lane, and there's nobody. I can't see a single light in front of him. I can't see anything. So I floor it past him in the right lane, and I get up ahead. And as soon as I get in front of him, he moves behind me and puts his high beams on.
Yep.
I was so mad. I was fuming.
Why-
I was like going
Why are people
85
so
the whole rest of the way home.
stupid?
I don't get why people.
I was like, what? What did I do to you? I didn't do anything. I moved over to pass you.
you high beamed them.
And you got but I gave him like 5 minutes of just like me
Just
following him.
warning.
You know what a
I was
mature,
like-
you know what a mature person would have done.
What?
Just
Gone
would've-
around him like
Wouldn't have high beamed him and just would have gone around and passed him.
No, but I was
Don't
like,
high
hey,
beam
buddy.
him?
I didn't like hold it and like follow him. I was like, flash, like, hey,
Oh.
hey, I'm back
Whatever.
here. Scooch, like, nothing. So I go on the other side. I was like, hey, you
Are you
can
sure
come
it wasn't
over.
Grant
Nobody's
in a
over here.
truck?
Oh, if it was Grant driving a semi, that's probably why I'm so upset.
It's a semi.
Yeah, it was a semi. It was-
You didn't
sorry,
say
yeah.
a you said a
Sorry.
truck. so
Okay,
like a pickup.
yeah.
Sorry, truck,
Oh, a
big
semi?
truck. I'm following the semi.
Yeah.
Then you should have definitely passed him on the right before you
Yeah,
did
you shouldn't have
anything
high-beamed
else.
him.
No, I did what I did, and I'm not upset.
No, I probably would have done the same thing because there's so many semi truckers that do that. They're like, I'm just gonna get over, and it's like, what are you doing,
Why?
dude?
Well, then that's the thing. I'm like, I can't see around him. Maybe there's something I don't know. But I'm like, there's nothing ahead of him.
Yeah.
There's no
I mean,
reason for him to
sometimes
be
they
left
go
lane.
over for cars like
Yeah.
yielding
With the four ways
in.
on or something like that.
No,
Yeah,
No.
which is fine. Whatever, I understand it. Then
Yeah.
get right back over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they just stay there and then they
He
get
had,
yeah.
he
Yeah.
had we didn't pass a single car. There was nobody
Anyway.
pulled over.
Yeah,
There was
that's
no
annoying.
like animal on the road. There was no tire, like
Did
whatever.
You, like, look at him. Sometimes I do that.
No,
and I
I
was
just-
like, oh wait,
it was
probably
dark.
shouldn't
I
do
couldn't
that.
see anything.
Oh.
So I just. But
I should have
anyways,
floored it. Like
other than that, I'm a safe driver.
I would have floored it. Like
I mean,
right
you're
after
doing
I passed him.
68. I mean, yeah, you're kind of safe if you're doing that. I mean, I don't go ridiculous like some people, but I'm not doing 68. I'll say that.
What is ridiculous? Too fast, too slow.
Oh, that's slow.
Yeah, 68 is
Speed
slow.
limit.
I was doing. I mean, ridiculous. People doing like 90 and stuff like that.
Oh no, never.
Yeah.
No,
I have hit like
What?
top, like I think my top speed's like 87.
Oh dang.
That was in Virginia, but
That's the worst state to do it in.
Yeah.
I heard like
you could
Jeez.
see the whole highway. I was on a bridge. There was nobody ahead of me.
nice. Okay,
A bridge.
sure,
Okay.
whatever.
That's fine. On the way down to
Anyway,
Liberty.
Okay. Was I with you?
No, I was by myself.
Oh.
I wouldn't do that if somebody else was in the car. I don't care about my life. Just kidding.
wow.
That's what Grant says.
Like
Wow.
you value
don't.
someone else's life more than your own.
Yeah, you do. You said I'll do it if I'm by myself, but not with you in the car.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
do.
if
It's
you
the
hurt
same
yourself,
thing.
yeah, you're right. But if you hurt somebody else, you have like so much more guilt.
But you still
about
hurt
it.
yourself
Yeah.
because then the other person's hurting because you're hurt.
Yeah, but you're not dead. Like the second person isn't dead. You know, like
Yeah, but they're dead inside. Okay. Because you hurt yourself.
Anyway,
I went line dancing for the first time the other day.
do you? Oh, okay.
Sorry, I thought we changed
Switching
subjects.
topics.
Yeah,
Change subject,
I was
yeah.
gonna try to change subjects,
Whiplash.
and I was gonna try to swerve, and to somehow have a good transition into bowling.
Oh,
But
bowling.
I couldn't think of a single transition to go into bowling. Besides, somebody needs
Striking
bumper
out.
lanes.
No, Grant?
I don't.
It was
Grant doesn't
terrible.
need
It was
bumper
terrible. I know. It was terrible.
I
I
was gonna
know.
swerve into the next lane.
Go ahead, just take
Guardrail?
over. Take
yeah,
over.
go Grant.
So
Yeah,
we
you
went bowling the other night, Vanessa and I, with her sisters and Trent and Landon and everybody else.
siblings with your
Okay.
siblings.
Siblings, yeah, and
There's a
everybody
term
else.
for that.
Yeah, but they don't know who your sisters are. They know who Trent and Landon are.
Yeah.
Well, Janelle's been
Janelle
on.
was on.
Janelle.
The all girls one.
Yeah.
Everyone's been on but one.
Anyways,
Oh, she needs to get on.
we go
She's never
bowling,
gonna get on in her whole life.
and let me pull up the picture here. I don't fully know how to calculate a bowling score. I don't know how that works, but I took a picture of it because the comeback was incredible. So my score going into the 10th frame, by looking at it at the 9th frame,
Yep.
I had a 112. Okay.
Dang.
After 9 frames. Trent had a score of 120
Okay.
after 9. So I get up, and the 10th frame, you get to
Guess
go
what
3
I had?
times and everything.
68.
Well, 3 times if you end up getting a strike or a spare.
Yeah.
70.
You had a 67 going
close.
into the last frame.
67.
Yeah, and then I ended with 78.
6.
But I guess
Dog.
68.
76. 76.
Anyways,
Dab on them haters.
so first bowl in frame 10, strike. I was like, all right, whatever. So I was like, all right, I'm getting to go 2 more times now since I got a strike in the first go round in the 10th frame. Get my ball back, go again, another strike. I'm like, okay. Get my ball back, go again. Boom, I got myself a turkey. I made a comeback in the 10th frame.
Got
Dang.
Let's freaking go!
Yeah.
That's pretty
Never
good.
did that ever. Never bowled a
Gobble.
turkey in real life ever.
It was really
Gobble.
cool. So what'd you end
Gobble.
with?
I ended up winning 142, and Trent finished with a 126.
Nice.
I was freaking pumped.
Nice.
Yeah. And then he
Awesome.
says, I think I should bowl for my hobby in the winter.
They have bowling leagues.
What
They
about archery league?
Do you know how many hobbies this man has?
do. Not
All
enough.
of-
Archery. You forgot about archery.
Not enough.
Oh, yeah, I did.
So
Are you saying
archery
too many
is,
or not enough?
Archery is the 9th hobby.
Not enough.
Brother.
That's not enough. You need double digits.
How many hobbies do you have, Damon?
A lot.
Like 2.
A lot.
More than 9.
That's a single life. You can have a
But
lot.
Grant's not single.
I know. You should probably limit that back to 4 or 5.
Are you on that list of hobbies? Like doing things with
That was not on the list of 9.
you? Wife?
But I
Didn't
spent
make the
time with
cut.
you.
The
Yeah.
wifey.
I wouldn't call that a hobby. I would call that your life.
Yeah,
That's a life commitment you made when you said I do.
Yeah.
exactly.
So that's not really a hobby.
Yeah.
So, Sydney, I'm not a hobby.
Well, spending time with you, like doing things with you. Okay.
That's a life commitment, not a
Moving on.
hobby.
You should make dates hobbies.
That's a.
You should make dates
That's
hobbies.
a
Date
every
nights.
second. Every second.
Every single second of every single day.
Yeah. Even though
Now,
he's at
golfing
work,
together
but
would be a hobby together then.
Oh, you're gonna golf?
No, I
She's
just.
gone with
She
him.
likes to
Go
drive the
along.
carts.
No,
Oh, you let her drive?
haven't
I
tried.
thought women weren't good drivers.
that's not true.
It depends.
No, I help him
That's
look for the
not
balls.
true.
Bam.
No, she actually does. She helps
I
me
help
find
him
my
look
balls
for the balls
because
that he can't find because women can multitask and they are very good lookers. That's not the right word, but
Did you just call us lookers?
I'm childish. I'm sorry.
very good sightseers. Sightseers.
you have very good eyesight.
Yeah.
We aren't.
Well,
we
like,
aren't waffle brains.
What I'm trying to say is like, if we open the fridge, we can find something very easily. But then if a guy does and he can't find it, same as on the golf course.
It's like
Women can
can't
find the
find the
balls,
ketchup.
men can't.
it's like
If you know what I mean, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Why's your face
It's
red?
like, it's like never mind.
That's probably how I explained it.
Never mind. It's my waffle brain.
the waffle.
I'm sure it is. Is it game time yet? we need
can
something.
be.
Yeah, let's do it.
What time is it?
Okay.
Game time.
Game
time.
We need something
Man, that
else
was-
other than that little thing
Pew, 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 pew.
for a game time.
Well, I don't know.
Bang bang.
Yeah, something like that.
And then
Yeah.
they get up.
Literally anything. Okay. So this is a New Year's Family Feud. So we're not going to play it strictly like Family Feud.
Pewed.
Family Feud.
Feud. Um,
Pewed.
We're not gonna play it like
I'm
that.
just going to say something and you guys are just going to like, I guess it's sort of like categories, but like not at the same time. But we'll just go around the circle and then I'll say if it's like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And I'll tell you how many there are in the particular like
Okay.
thing you're guessing.
Let's do it.
Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas.
California.
So these are
Colorado.
all
Oh, hey, how about
New Year's.
How about 3 strikes and we lose?
3 streaks.
Streaks.
3 strikes.
3 strikes per person. Like I get 3, you get 3, or is it like
I think it should be-
collectively?
we're for a
if
team,
we
right?
Get 3.
You don't know. Like she can be her own team. You can be
Oh.
your own team.
Okay.
Like I said, it's not exactly like Family Feud, but it is.
Every person
I
for
don't.
himself.
Okay, I don't understand it, but
Okay,
sure.
So I'm gonna say, I'll just say the first one. The first one is name the worst place to be at midnight on New Year's Eve.
okay.
Okay.
Do I go first?
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 things on
Okay,
the board.
okay.
Okay. You're trying to guess the first one.
Okay.
Or the
Who's
second,
first?
third, fourth.
Gotcha.
But I'm not keeping score,
Ladies
like
first?
number wise. Okay. It's just strictly guessing.
Ladies first.
Go, Sydney.
Oh.
Alone.
That's a great guess?
Yeah, sure. That was number 3, Home Alone.
That's a great guess. Yeah. Woo!
Damon, name the worst place to be at midnight on New Year's Eve.
Probably in a jail cell.
Number 1.
Hey.
Dang.
In jail. Honestly, you might not even know that it's the New Year, so
They probably
you might not even be that too disappointed. So, okay. Number 1, number 3.
For the record, I've never been to jail. For the record.
Oh, Cindy, have you been home alone on New Year's Eve?
What?
Have you been home alone on New Year's Eve?
I've definitely
Not
been-
this year.
Nope, that streak ends now.
All right, Grant. What's your
Okay,
answer?
Grant. Name the worst place to be at midnight on New Year's Eve.
A bar. Of course.
My turn.
Well, just remember your own strikes.
Okay.
Cindy.
Bing.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
Bing.
No, actually, strike is. Okay.
It's in the throat.
Bing is like the thing that like pops up on this board that when you get it.
Okay,
Go
you tell
ahead.
me yes or no, and then I'll give you the sound effect. In New York City, I feel like that's got to be terrible.
The worst place to be at midnight?
Yeah, I would hate to be there.
Yeah, think of a
Whatever.
collective.
One strike for Sydney.
Again, I don't agree with this, but probably somebody said it. So in-laws. Oh, okay, good. Nobody said that. You should love your in-laws.
Yeah.
Good.
Grant.
The bathroom.
Ding, ding, ding. Number 4, the bathroom.
What the heck?
Someone's probably pulling trig at midnight, you know.
Gee.
I mean, if you're in the bathroom, you're not really enjoying New Year's Eve, I guess. But
Fun fact: 2 years ago,
It's midnight. I gotta get back out there.
can't.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you remember when you were over at my house and we FaceTimed? Kayla FaceTimed Dylan on New Year's, and he was in the bathroom eating a piece of veggie pizza.
Yes, yes.
He's on the toilet eating veggie pizza, and we're like, "Happy? Where are you?" And he's just like, "Oh,
He was only a couple.
in the toilet."
Yeah, that was funny.
But anyways, my turn.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, wait. Can I get a recap?
Number 1, in jail. Number 3, home alone. Number 4, bathroom.
What's the question again?
Name the worst place to be at midnight on New Year's Eve.
Sleeping. Dang it.
2 strikes.
Real quick, is it like in bed an answer?
No.
Okay,
Okay.
because I was thinking, I was kind of with you asleep. So I'm going to go
Right.
in a car, in a vehicle.
Be more specific.
No, that
He can't do that?
And what's
I
more
feel like-
specific than a car
Yeah,
or
I
a
don't-
truck or?
if
Okay,
it's
I'll give
anything
it-
related,
I'll
I would
probably
give it to him.
you. It says in traffic.
I'd give it. Yeah. I'd
So
take
like,
that.
is that what
That's
you
kinda
meant
the
by
same.
like in a car?
Well, I just thought maybe like you were driving to somewhere and
Oh.
hit New Year's Eve, like you're in a car. I mean, maybe traffic. I don't.
Yeah. Well, I'll give it to you. Traffic. Traffic is number
2,
5.
5. So we're missing number 2.
Number 2 and number 6.
We're never gonna get number 6. I'll tell you that right now.
You might.
Oh,
It's kind of like, but
your ex's house. Dang.
what kind of?
That was wild.
You never know what
That was
people are
wild.
doing.
All right. Sydney.
Just
That was
saying.
wild.
You just never
So
know.
Grant has 2
Wow.
strikes. Sydney has 2
Remind me,
strikes.
we have a story
Damon has
for-
1.
I was-
Man, have you been in an ex's house on New Year's Eve? Huh?
No, but we got
Wow,
a story
wild.
for after this.
Do we got a show
Actually-
For you.
The first time me and Grant and Sydney and her family all hung out was on New Year's.
Yeah, the first time that Steve and Grant met.
Yeah.
Sheep.
Yep.
Whenever you were really trying to get to Danessa and you were lonely.
Yeah. And I said the only reason he's here is because of me.
We had a
Yep.
bunch of girls
Because
over.
That was
otherwise,
true.
I was just gonna stay at home. Not
alone.
alone. My
But with
parents
your
would have been
family.
there, but
Ugh,
yeah.
Imagine hanging out with your parents.
Oh, brutal, right?
And his mom watches us too, so.
Love you, Maxine.
Okay.
Kidding, Mom.
Did you say one, Sydney?
I did not. Wait, what did you say?
Ex's
Your ex's house.
Oh, and that wasn't.
Yeah, I was like, what? No way. Shippensburg Walmart.
Yeah, it's definitely been too much time.
I don't know. Yeah, I have nothing. Dang it, I'm
Okay,
out.
Sydney's out.
I only got one.
I've got I've got nothing either. Like, this is where I'm so
Guys,
confused.
come on, think.
Church. I don't know.
For some reason, that was on my mind, but I was like, that can't
No.
be right.
That can't be right. Exactly.
Strike 2. Grant.
All right, Grant.
Work.
Yeah. Number 2.
Hey, look at this guy.
Dang.
Okay, so number
So
1.
are you out?
No,
No.
I got one more strike.
Yeah. Number 1 is in jail. Number 2 is at work. Number 3, home alone. Number 4, bathroom. Number 5, in traffic. And you're still missing number 6.
And you got 2 strikes.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 2 strikes. And we both got 2. Right. So this is for all the marbles.
Think, where would you not? What is the worst place to be on midnight on New Year's Eve? Where would you not like to be?
Where would I not like to be?
Basically what it is saying.
Well, I would not like to be flying in an airplane somewhere. Yep. Awesome.
Third strike.
Cool. Grant.
And Grant. See
Win
if
it
you
for
can
us.
get it.
Work's a good one. I should. Work,
a very-
work made
It's a good one,
sense.
yeah.
This is like, oh yeah, you don't want to be there, but you might have to be there.
You might have to be there. Family gathering?
No.
I kind of want to be with my family.
Any other guesses?
No.
I was
I
going to
have-
say
I
out in
have
the rain,
nothing.
but I doubt that would have.
The 6th one is the hospital.
Oh.
It's like,
Yeah, it's kind of like same sentiment
Yeah.
of jail. Like just unfortunate
you don't
circumstances.
want to be there, but
Yeah, you
sometimes
don't.
you have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
definitely, I would not compare that to jail.
Well, no, but it's like I don't know.
You can't really like get out of it.
Right.
I guess.
It's one of those
Yeah.
like, oh, I didn't put myself in this situation. Well, you
Unless
did,
you
but like,
could have.
but like
So I
you
guess-
didn't say like, oh, I'm gonna go into jail for New Year's. You know, oh, I'm gonna go break my leg for New Year. You know, like
Yeah.
you don't. Yeah.
I mean, some people
I
would
guess-
probably say that.
Be
I
like,
guess
oh,
it
I'm
would-
gonna be alone. You can plan that.
I guess it would have to suck then to either be a jail guard or a nurse, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
You're at work and you're at jail.
I mean,
you're at work
you never
and you're at the
It is
hospital.
what it
Your
is.
job never closes.
All right,
so-
on to the next one.
Next one. I'm deciding which one to do.
A little bit easier this time.
Dang.
Huh? What was that? I missed that.
51.
Okay, I got 48,
51.
so that's a little bit short.
But it's
Okay.
meant to be short.
All right, one more.
Okay.
One
Doesn't
more.
have to be short.
One more.
Do you want an easy one or?
Let's do an easy one. One more.
Yeah.
One more easy one.
I want to do
Because
one.
then I want to hear
but you guys
Sydney's
aren't
story quick
gonna-
then.
Just do it. Do what you want to do, Danessa. Just make your decision. Go. Go. You have one in
You
mind.
got
Do
it.
it.
You got it.
We kind of already did this last time, so I'm going to skip that one. Okay. Name something people do at exactly 12 a.m. on January 1st.
Who goes first?
We'll
Grant?
do Grant because he won.
Kiss.
It's easy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things again.
That
Yes.
should be number one.
one is kiss.
Yep.
Are you gonna play? Or are you gonna pass? We're gonna play, Steve. Sorry.
You're all playing whether
Um,
you want to or not.
Drink.
Actually, I'm going to not do the 4th one because I don't even know what that is.
So we just need 1, 2, 3, 5,
So,
6.
So what is 4 then?
Yeah.
Wait.
4 says.
But we might be able to guess it if we.
I don't even know what it means.
One of us might say
Okay,
it. Just
leave
by
it for the
accident.
end. So just yeah.
Okay. Okay. What'd you say?
Drink.
Like, be more specific.
Drink champagne. Drink.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Wine, alcohol, anything like that. It
Yeah.
counts.
Just take a shot.
It counts.
Okay. So, the 6th one says pop champagne.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
yeah.
works.
That's- yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll count.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
good.
It does.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
It means to like open it
Fine.
up and
just
take
wait.
a drink.
Okay. That was number 6.
Fireworks.
What?
That's a lot of people do that,
It's
and
not
like
on your list. It's not on the list.
and like every town. Oh, wow,
Shoot guns.
that's not. If fireworks is not on there, shooting guns is definitely not on there.
Definitely not
saying.
going on there.
Who made this? A liberal?
It's from
Yeah,
it-
obviously.
It's from off
No
Etsy.
fun.
So probably someone from Etsy.
That's why we don't like.
Sorry. I hope we don't get like copyrighted.
Come,
What are we gonna do? Get
come for us,
copyrighted?
Etsy.
We just gave Etsy a shout out. So
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Go bleep it out.
Losers.
Go bleep it out every time we said it.
Sydney.
Sorry, fixing my mic. Wait, but
What's something you do at midnight on New Year's Eve?
noisemakers.
Confetti.
Yes. Number 5, blow a horn.
That's fireworks and shoot guns. That's our version of fireworks and shooting guns.
It's the lady version.
Oh my goodness.
Be loud.
This might be too big a brain. So I'm okay being wrong.
We know.
Go to bed.
That's too obvious. Like New Year's. Peace
People
out.
don't. Oh.
That's what I do.
Dance.
Wow. Okay,
I
Sydney,
think-
keep carrying us here.
I think Grant has 2 strikes and Damon has 2 strikes.
Sydney's carrying
Yeah.
us. Come on, Sid.
You got one.
Guys,
No, I got 2
it's
strikes.
really,
No, no,
it's-
you got
it's
one of the
really
answers.
not,
I got
not
2.
hard.
Yeah, it is.
No, just name something people do exactly at 12 a.m. on January 1st. Like,
Oh, I got one.
Oh,
I got one.
what do you do?
You scream.
Ah!
Okay, I'm not.
But no.
You say Happy New Year. That's
Okay,
what
but you already said an answer.
But that was what I said.
Yeah, that's what
You
she meant.
yell.
Happy New Year.
Yay! You cheer. You say the
Okay.
things.
Okay, that's number 2.
Okay.
Bomb.
Say Happy New Year. Not scream.
Again.
Okay, so we
should
only
I
have 3 and 4 left, but I said 4. I don't really know what it is, so just guess.
If we get
I-
3 before we get 4, then we'll be done.
I hate this answer. I'm not a proponent of doing it. So please, if you're out there listening,
we
well,
don't need a disclaimer on each
it's
answer
all
you
good.
give.
propose.
Oh, good
like,
one.
That's something
Wait,
people
why are
do.
you so against that? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I hate doing it on such a day when everybody else is doing it.
Oh, you don't like cliches.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
Watching the ball
like,
drop.
have it mean something.
I was gonna say that.
Sorry.
Wait, is that answer wrong?
Yeah, yours
Okay.
is wrong. Yours
But
is
like,
wrong.
have it mean something. Plan
They're
it out.
both
I'll be
wrong?
Yeah.
Like, what?
I was gonna say watch the ball drop, but then I was like, that's kind of like leading up to it. That's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah, that 3-2. That one. That when you're going 3-2-1. That's 11, 59, 57, 11, 59, 58,
Dropping
11, 59,
the ball.
59. You know, it's 12
Okay, Sydney.
midnight.
you cheers, people.
That's got to be with the popping the champagne and all that, though, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
You Happy New Year's! Yay! Yay!
And then what? And then what do you do? And then and
I
And then you.
don't know.
Okay,
where
okay.
this
Play
is
by
going.
play, play by play. Okay, the ball just dropped.
3,
Bam!
2, 1. Happy New Year! Hey!
Then you do a toast. I
yeah.
needed the play by.
That's crazy. Toast.
Number 3 is toast.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm generally curious now what number 4 is.
I don't know.
What is it?
say it.
Sing all long. Sing all long. Sing.
Oh, it's a
Sing.
yeah.
Oh, that's what they
There's
sing
a
at the end of It's a
song.
Wonderful Life.
New York.
No.
Is it not?
New
How does it go?
York.
All right, we'll play it.
All lang sing.
Auld Lang Syne. Yeah, that's what they sing at the end of It's a
how does it
Wonderful
go?
Life.
No, it's New York, New York. That's what you sing.
That's what they do in New York City.
New York, New York.
Auld Lang Syne.
I've never heard of it.
New York, New York.
Oh, you can't play it.
That's
I
what
was
you do.
playing upstairs.
That's
Dang
what
it.
you do.
Hold on.
Okay,
That's what
we're
that
gonna
is.
get copyrighted, but okay.
Now we got copyrighted. Thanks,
We'll
Eddie.
cut it out.
Wait, hold on. Ready? Ready? We're gonna pause for 5 minutes. Start playing it.
Anyways, back at
Yeah,
it.
Now
that
we're back at it.
was number 4.
Awesome.
Interesting.
But I've never done that. So
I've seen them like. Do you guys watch like the ball drop from New York like
Yes.
on TV? So
Yeah.
whenever like they'll start, people will like like start singing it with their arms.
I guess that makes sense. How did it become a New Year's Eve thing?
I have no idea. It's a
'Cause
good.
it's-
Wait, that's a good trivia question.
I'm
I
a
don't
little
know.
confused because It's a Wonderful Life, and that's a Christmas movie.
I found out I do a really good George Bailey
Wow.
impression.
I've never watched Wonderful Life.
This Family Feud says name a movie with a memorable New Year's Eve scene, and It's a Wonderful Life is in here. So I guess that's
Oh.
like a New Year's like
Oh, okay.
thing.
Oh yeah. Because like it was by the strike of midnight, wasn't it? That like he had to have everything paid for, or else
Yeah.
Mr. Potter was gonna take.
Yeah.
Oh, was it
things.
midnight?
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
it was midnight.
Because that makes sense. Because it like needed to be by a certain time, and then like everybody joined together and brought the money in.
Oh,
also-
yeah, because Sam telegrammed in, hee haw, Happy New Year.
Yes.
Anyway.
Dang it. Okay. Trivia question. I came up with this. I was just watching. It's Wonderful Life. We watch it every Christmas Eve. Who is the narrator?
I don't know. I've never watched it.
I wasn't asking you.
No, it's the ghost or whatever it's called.
No.
Isn't it,
His
Is it
son.
is it they what? No, it's not an angel.
Clarence is an angel, but it's not Clarence.
Did you say it was an angel, or did you say it's not an angel?
She said ghost. It said it's not a ghost. He's an angel.
Okay, yeah, my bad. I only watched it once.
Who narrates it?
It's not Clarence?
Joseph.
Yes, I'm impressed you got that. That was a good one. Yeah, Joseph, like the father, like Jesus' father.
How do you
Because
know?
at the very beginning of the movie, there's a scene where it's supposed to be God speaking to the
Yes,
saints.
I saw that.
And he called Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Joseph in to like talk. And he was like, we have some trouble. There's a man who needs our help. And he's like, Joseph, go send for Clarence. We're going to send him to earth to help this man. And so Joseph is narrating because Joseph explaining to Clarence what's happening the whole time. So then Joseph's narrating the whole story. So
That makes sense.
I was watching and I was like, that'd be a really good like trivia question if anybody would ever know that movie. Good movie. You should
great.
watch it.
Cool.
Highly recommend.
Okay.
Long movie.
Yeah, probably
It
not.
is long.
I'm not a big movie guy.
It's only like
3 hours.
It's not as long as like Titanic.
I've never seen the Titanic.
Not a big movie guy. Well, is it Minister Minute time? Because I think it is.
Wait, how long is it's?
we're just an hour in. How long's your story?
What story?
Yeah,
I said about your ex's house.
She already forgot.
Oh, I'm not telling you on the pod. I'll tell you after.
Oh, you didn't disclaimer that until right now. Sorry, folks.
It's fine. It's whatever.
It's gonna
let's
be
get
a
into the
great story that
ministry,
you
and then-
won't hear
Jeez
about.
Louise.
We'll tell you.
Maybe.
We won't tell you.
Someday, never.
All right.
A behind the scenes podcast episode where you got to pay for it.
On our Patreon, where we have special guests on,
That hasn't started yet.
where we have audience participation.
All the tea you want. For
Ask us your questions. Put your comments.
for
your
a
questions
fine
in the
price.
comments.
Yeah, if you
And
ask
we'll-
us, Cindy will have to answer.
I will answer anything you have to say
In the-
about anybody.
in the comments.
We'll answer any questions about
Shoot.
anybody.
Please don't ask me questions.
All right. Anyways,
Nice.
let's be nice now.
Ministry Minute. Let's time. Let's go.
So
Let's get
I
our
was-
Jesus on.
I volunteered to do the ministry minute today, and Grant asked who wants to do it, and I was like, you know what? I feel this is gonna sound really bad.
Yeah, I wanted to ask because I couldn't find the paper towels or soap this morning, so I was like, you know what? If I can't find that, I'm just gonna ask somebody to do the ministry minute.
What does that have to do anything with the ministry?
I don't know. Sorry.
Anyways,
So random.
so
So
I really,
random.
whenever I
Serious.
like say I'm going to do it, I start thinking like I think about like okay, let me take this time. Let me take a few minutes and like think about
Good.
what's God telling me. It makes me more intentional of being aware of like what am I trying to learn right now, because like it gives me a word that I want to share with you guys. And the thing that kept on coming up to me is prayer. And I think with starting the new year, it's a really good time to think about your own prayer life and your own walk with God. And we were kind of talking about this earlier about how we need to be, I don't know, we want to be more in tune with God's word, and we want to be reading more
Intentional.
Yes, we all want to be more intentional. So people often struggle with like, okay, I want to pray more, but what do I pray for? And so what came to mind was the Lord's Prayer. And God says, or Jesus said, whenever you pray, pray like this. So I'm going to read it for us. It says, Our Father who art in heaven, may your name be kept holy. May your kingdom come soon. May your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today the food we need, and forgive us our sins, as we have forgiven those who sin against us. And don't let us yield to temptation, but rescue us from the evil one. So that's pretty much an outline of how we need to be praying. It's not you need to say these exact words every single time, because if you say these words ritualistically, it's going to become an empty prayer if you aren't putting any kind of thought behind it. If all you're saying is just the empty words and you're just reciting this exact same thing every single day, sure, there's going to be moments where you're going to need to just say, God, give me the words, like read my heart, and you need to meditate on it more and say, I'm just going to read straight from the word because these are your words, and that you want to make his words yours. But if all you're doing is just reciting it so you can mark it off your calendar that you did it for the day, it's not going to mean anything because it's not coming from your heart. It's coming right from the words. The beginning part, or like there's a little section before that says, when you pray, don't babble on as the Gentiles do. They think their prayers are answered merely by repeating their words again and again. Don't be like them, for your Father in heaven knows exactly what you need before you even pray to him.
which is so powerful. So God knows what's on your heart. So whenever I said that, you can use these words, you can use that outline, and you can just say that, and you can say, God, like, you know what I need, and He knows more than what we know. So if you don't know what you need, all you have to do is ask. And you can use this outline. You can say those words exactly verbatim, but then also add to it. Tell Him what's on your heart. Tell Him what's on your mind and what's been bothering you and what's stressing you out. I just think that's a really important way to really important thing to remember as we start this new year, so that we can all, I don't know, start with a clean heart, clean mind, and just feel prepared for what He has in store for us for this year.
Yeah. So
How's it go in Scripture? Doesn't it say somewhere that God already knows what's on your heart and your mind before you even come to Him, something like that. So it's like, if you're out there and you're like, oh, well, I don't want to pray about this. It's like, yeah, well, guess what? He already knows, so you might as well just say it to Him anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you can't keep it from Him.
Yeah, so Jesus tells us that in Matthew 6:8. And I guess for the record, the Lord's Prayer in Matthew 6. But in Matthew 6:8, before Jesus goes into our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name, He says in Matthew 6:8, therefore do not be like them, for your Father knows the things you have need of before you ask. So that's where that is. But I like starting at Matthew 6:5 because it's the model prayer. And to your point and what you said, and when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the corners of streets, that they may be seen by men. Surely I say to you, they have their reward. So this doesn't have to be something where you're out publicly, prophetically praying. You don't have to do it in public. You don't have to do whatever when you're praying about needs. Actually, what Jesus says is to pray in secret. And this is where we go into Matthew 6:6, which is, but you, when you pray, go into your room, and when you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. And when you pray, do not use vain repetitions as the heathens do, for they think they will be heard for their many words. Therefore, do not be like them, for your Father knows the things that you have need of before you ask Him. So,
Sorry, I was going to say, just for reference for everybody out there, we're in Matthew 6:5 until like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
If you guys wanted to follow along, but sorry, go on.
No. So I think that all really encapsulates it. That point is to this doesn't have to be something where you're out publicly praying. Jesus says, when you pray, go into your room, and when you've shut your door, pray to your Father in the secret, because He's in a secret place. He's in a holy place, right? Secondly, you don't need to get so, like, you are talking to the creator of the universe. So I do think there needs to be some reverence with, like, hey, like, I am praying to Jesus. I am praying to God who created everything. Like, they're all knowing, they're all powerful. Like, so I think go with that mentality, but understand, like, God, like, I need this. This is what I need right now. Like, God, I'm struggling with this. This way, you don't have to be like, God, I'm so thankful. I'm so great. You don't need to be all this kind of, word salad nonsense, because it actually takes away from the actual point of why you're going to pray. And Jesus says that right there. It says, and when you pray, do not use repetitions as the heathens do, for they think they will be heard by their many words. So that's not the goal. The goal is to go humbly to the creator of the universe. And God, I'm struggling with this. God, I need this. And again, it's between you and God. It's not between you and everyone else that you know. And I'm not saying don't ask for prayer. I'm not saying don't be, if you're struggling with something, don't be like, hey, to your accountability partners and whatever, people who will hold you accountable. Hey, I'm struggling with this. Will you hold me accountable and pray for me? I'm not saying don't do that. But what I am saying is, Jesus says there's a time and place to shut your door, go into your room, and pray. And it doesn't have to be a fancy prayer. It doesn't have to be something whatever. It's just simple. Just take the time to do that.
And like the word salad thing, I don't know, it made me think, like, we're almost conditioned, like, or in education, it's like, oh, I gotta type 7 pages, so you make it a word salad. You're not supposed to be straight to the point and concise, whereas it's no, be straight to the point, be concise, get your point across instead of throwing all these flaky words. He doesn't care about the flaky words and
Yep.
and you know everything else.
And again, he knows.
And I think
Yeah, so it's like why beat around the bush with it when he already knows?
I mean, I don't think you meant this, but you said go and like pray and be like, I need this, and I need this. Like prayer's not supposed to be like
a laundry list.
all about you. Like like a laundry list. Like you do need to thank him for like dying for your sins and all of that stuff. And you can ask for like, I don't want to say this like the wrong way, but
It's okay.
like you want to ask him for help, but you don't want to make the prayer like, I guess, like all about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Does
Yeah.
that make any sense?
No,
Yes,
no.
it
It
does.
makes a ton of sense. And I guess what I was trying to say, and if I didn't clarify, I'm glad you called that out. Is that I'm really trying to drive home the point is he already knows what you need, so he's
Yeah.
already expecting you to ask for certain things. But it's a plethora of ideas, right? He should also know that you're grateful for what you have and you're thankful for those things. But again, I would say those because that needs to be said as well.
Yeah.
And again, he knows it, but verbally say it.
So that's why these verses is an outline
Yeah,
for us.
exactly.
You are supposed to go to him and say, dear God, who is in heaven, your name is holy. Like,
Amen.
may your name be kept holy. And then you say, may your kingdom come. You're praising him. You're asking him. You're saying, you're giving him the adoration he deserves. And then you say, give me the things that I need. I'm asking for the things you have for me. I'm asking you to provide for me. And then you're going to ask him for forgiveness. And then you're going to ask him for, with strength through temptation and for help throughout the day. So it's like you're asking for him with help for needs or for specific wants
Right.
can be listed in here, but we need to make sure we're not neglecting the first part of that, which is to give him adoration, and then the second part, which is to just praising him, because prayer isn't just asking, it's telling, it's
Yeah.
saying. But another important part of it is listening. And I think that's a whole part that everyone forgets is like we often pray in a time of need. We go to him whenever there's like an absolute there's a moment of us panicking and almost like what do I do? I'm gonna pray. And you're like, God help me, and then you just go about it and you don't sit and like listen, or you don't give him the whole what am I supposed to do? Tell me what I'm supposed to do now, and then sit silently for a few minutes. That's the hard part, but that's the part that's the most important.
Yeah, I would say that it's easy to go to him in times of struggle and need, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that the best prayers happen when everything is going well. Because it's all prayers of just rejoice and appreciation and gratefulness and thankfulness and Lord, again, do not boast in yourself, because this is not about you, right? This is where I think it's important to show that you're trusting the Lord. And one time in my life where things are going very well, I said, Lord, I don't know what I've done to deserve this, but I'm so grateful that this is your will for my life right now at this stage of my life. Because again, your kingdom come, your will be done. Lord, I thank you for what's going on in my life right now. I'm so grateful for it. Trust me, when things are going well, pray, because those prayers of rejoice and just joy and everything, I find they get you through the times of when you want to lament and everything like that, and you want to be, disgruntled and struggling through things. I find that because you start to remember those, it's like, well, this isn't how it's going to be. This is a time and place, it's a trial, right? I remember when it was like this, and God's will, we'll bring you through it. But I think that's an important thing of trusting him and just knowing that's his will. It's not ours, right? I mean, it's his will.
Very sure. Anything else? So, my Bible was laying here open the whole time, and I didn't
You're
mean
good.
to get all into this. Let me get closer. Let me just, whatever. I was reading it while we were kind of talking, and Matthew 6 is just so good. I have most of it highlighted here. Matthew 6:31 until the end, which is 34, starts with telling us not to worry about the things, and it tells us to what we need to focus on. I'm just going to read it verbatim. It says, do not worry about these things, saying, what will we eat? What will we drink? What are we going to wear? These things dominate the thoughts of unbelievers. My bad.
But your heavenly Father already knows your needs. This is the most important part. Seek first the kingdom of God and live righteously, and he will give you everything you need. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today is enough trouble for today. And so, I don't know, that kind of that goes with the prayer part, but it also is kind of its own thing. And I think that's just such a good reminder for the beginning of a new year, where you're thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm bringing all of these troubles, I'm bringing all these like worries and these anxieties in from the past year, or new year, what's going to go wrong this year? Don't worry about that. Don't think about that. Focus on God, focus on what's important, and he's going to give you what you need as long as you are praying and as long as you're seeking him above all else. So seek the kingdom above all else, live righteously, and then you will have nothing to worry about. So there's your encouragement for the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So that's awesome. Great job, Cindy. That was
Thank
good.
you.
That was a good one. That was a good one for the new year. So
Thank you.
well, everyone, that's today's episode. That's how we wrap up by now. And again, the challenge for this year for you is to subscribe on YouTube, follow on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, and share it with somebody.
We're also on TikTok.
That's easy.
It's an easy way to share it too.
I don't have TikTok, so
I don't either, but I honestly
Sure.
forgot about TikTok.
If you
Okay.
do,
it's easy. There you
Yeah.
go.
I'm
Boom.
just saying.
Done. Absolutely. Hey, we'll see you next time.
Love you guys.
bye.
Peace out.